Software engineers often talk about abstraction in terms of information hiding. Information hiding was first proposed by David Parnas in 1972 and is something we totally take for granted in the way we build modern systems today. So what information hiding allows us to do is hide specific details about implementation away from the high-level interfaces of what's being provided by the code. Right? So it allows us, in a sense, to separate that which varies from that which stays the same, if we wanted to think about it concretely. Right? So that which varies is the implementation. Right? How we implement our code is going to vary over time as we make minor tweaks and refinements and improvements. But that which stays the same are the high-level method names that a user is going to want to be performing. Right? So you can think about it in terms of actions. Right? The actions that a character within Mario is going to perform are going to stay the same. But the implementations that underlie those actions are very likely to vary. The same with the data models that capture those actions. Right? So where we hide fields and we hide the implementation is all within the umbrella of information hiding. Let's take a look at what information hiding means for the gravity interface we saw previously. All right, so here we have public class falling, which implements gravity. And remember, gravity encapsulates this notion of setting gravity and calculating displacement. And here, in terms of information hiding, what we've added is this notion of this private field gravity. Right, so gravity is private, it can only be accessed by instances of the falling class. There isn't even a getter, so there's no way to get this information externally or extract it from the falling class. One other thing to keep in mind is that we have this method here, calculate displacement, right? And it's going to go and give us, given our current rate, what is our displacement for while this character is falling for this gravitational constant. And one thing that information hiding does is it goes and hides the implementation of this method. Right? We have no idea what that implementation is, and this is really powerful because as a developer who's using this method, right? All we need to know is that we call the method and we get a displacement. We don't need to know its implementation. So it could be that the Mario game developers in the future, or if you were the Mario game developer, you could go and change this implementation while preserving this name, and you'd be able to support much more complex or rich physics models, which might be great for future versions of the game. Right? So that gives you the flexibility to change your implementation without any users of this method being influenced.